to the stage once again, Dan Taylor.
Hello, Southern Alberta. Thank you for having me. Spring has finally arrived and I'm annoyed. I'm just finally emotionally ready for winter, you know? It takes a while. Every winter I go through the 5 stages of grief, you know? It starts around Halloween with denial. I'm like, it's not gonna be that bad. It's just winter. I'm in Alberta. I'm tough. I can take it, you know? By the time you get to the end of November, you're into anger. It's like, why do I live here? I could live anywhere in the world. Why do I live here? Right around middle of January, you start bargaining, like, okay, if it's this cold now, that means it's gonna be warm in summer, right? We'll get more, as if we're praying to some sort of weird karmic weather god that's keeping track of the bad weather days, you know? Like, ooh, it was cold then, it'll be warm then, you know? Pretty soon, by the end of February, it's just depression. Like, I don't wanna leave the house. It's too cold. Let's go. And then by the time you actually like get ready and bundle on your parka and wrap on your scarf and put on your toque and get ready to go outside, it's April. That was a bit of a mistake. Yeah. I made another mistake recently. I bought a shirt at Old Navy. I should have just made it myself, really. It would have been equally as well constructed as the shirt which I got. It's handmade by a team of Bangladeshi toddlers. But the weird thing about the shirt was that it was non-ironed. They bragged about it. They like wrote on the thing, non-ironed. And this was true of what they meant was that the shirt was not made of iron. It was not, you do not wear this shirt into a jousting match. It will not protect you at all from oncoming jousts. You know, but if what they meant was that the shirt, you didn't have to iron the shirt, then they were lying. It was not true at all. The only way you didn't have to iron the shirt was if you didn't mind your shirt being wrinkly. And looking like you slept in it in an alley somewhere with a team of Bangladeshi toddlers. I'm a little bit nervous telling jokes in front of church. This is a little bit strange for me. I grew up in a very conservative church. We were very strict about things. We felt that the joy of the Lord was best expressed by frowning into hymn books. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Only accompanied on piano because that's the instrument that Jesus invented in his spare time, you know? And it's weird because when I went to Bible college, there was all these charismatic guys who were like the stretching thing, and I was like, whoa, you're invading my personal space, but they had the whole like thing on. And I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, you know? I'm kind of like here, you know? That's his, I call this Tyrannosaurus Rex worship. He's still working on me. I'm gonna get there. So I need to stretch. I did meet my wife at Bible college. We've been married for 10 years. Thank you. Thank you. Which isn't that long ago, but sometimes it seems like it was a really long time ago because I got married before the whole internet dating thing happened, you know? Back then, I'm old enough that I remember when meeting someone online and getting in a relationship with them was weird, you know? 10 years ago, people would say like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date with somebody that I met online, and you'd be like, oh, that's dangerous. You're meeting them at 7? Okay, we'll dial 911 now, and that will be good. We'll speed that whole process up. You know, but now everybody's on eHarmony or Plenty of Fish or Christian Mingle, which all might be sponsors of this show, so I have nothing bad to say about them. Those are all wonderful services, which to meet crazy people. You know, but I have been married for 10 years, and I love being married. But when I was getting married, I was the first of my friends to get married. And I didn't have most of my friends weren't Christians at the time. So they were very weirded out about the fact that I was getting married. They were like, dude, what are you doing? You're getting married? What are you talking about? Like, what do you think, that you can't do better? And I said, yes, that's exactly what I think. When I was 24, I did an accurate self-assessment. I said, you know, it only gets angrier and fatter from here on in. If I can find a woman crazy enough to do this now, I better jump on that. There's a young man in the room that needs to take that advice. I'll let you figure out who it is. But the other thing that my friends kept saying to me was like, oh man, you're gonna lose your freedom. You're gonna get married and your freedom's gonna be gone. We'll have all this freedom and you'll be stuck. And I was like, freedom? Freedom to do what? Freedom to eat Doritos and play Risk until 4 a.m.? Well, thank you. Freedom to have daily hygiene be optional? No, thank you. And then my friend Mark Van Wart was very concerned about me and pulled me aside. And he said, Dan, because he knew that I had a different set of moral standards than he did. And he was like, Dan, he was very concerned, pulled me aside and says, Dan, are you getting married just so you can, okay. So there's this thing that men and women in marriage covenant relationships do, you know, and we don't like to talk about it because it's private and maybe icky. But it's not icky, it's beautiful. But sometimes we have to talk about it because the rest of the world is talking about it, and that's fine. So we're going to talk about it. So, but to keep this family friendly, for the next couple of minutes, whenever I refer to acts between men and women in covenant relationships, I'm going to be referring to that as playing Crokinole. If you need to know what playing Crokinole is, it's a flat table game on a pegged board, and you flick wooden discs into a hole in the center. That's all you need to know. So, back to the story. My friend Mark Van Wart pulls me aside and says, Dan, are you getting married just so you can play Crokinole? I said, well, playing Crokinole is one of the perks. I'd be lying if playing Crokinole wasn't very important to me. Playing Crokinole is a wonderful and beautiful thing. So that's my time, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night.